Am I actually a Slytherin checklist? Am I actually a Slytherin checklist? Am I actually a Slytherin checklist? Hello, my lovely internet friends. Today is gonna be a Slytherin related video. Okay, so I found this thing online where it was like a checklist for Slytherins, and the more you check off this list, the more of a Slytherin you are. Even if you weren't placed in Slytherin, let's see if you're actually truly a Slytherin in your heart. Before we get started on the video, don't forget to swish and flick the subscribe button down below to be a part of my magical family here on YouTube. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy all things Slytherin, even though I'm technically wearing Gryffindor colors. Let's get started. You've heard more times than you can count that you're ambitious. I mean, I don't know if I've heard it more times than I can count, but I've definitely heard it. You hate wasting time with nonsense and whining. Who actually wants to waste their time with nonsense and whining? I don't think anybody does. So, yeah, check. Your trademark is an eye roll and a pout. I mean, I definitely am much more prone to eye rolling than I am with the pout. You either find things fascinating, boring, or a waste of time. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm being like actually serious when I'm thinking about this because it is kind of true. Those are technically the three options, aren't they? Let's say I'm in an awkward social situation. I will probably find it either boring or a waste of time. But if I'm with like a group of my friends, then I'll find it fascinating or whatever. So yeah, technically you have lifelong friends and you always have their back no matter what. There's this quote, there's a Hufflepuff side, which is, Hufflepuffs are friends with everyone until you give them a reason not to be your friend. Slytherins are friends with no one until you give them a reason to be your friend. And I feel like I'm definitely more of the I'm friends with no one until you give me a reason to be your friend. Sometimes people mistaken me being like a friendly person, a nice person, that I'm automatically gonna be like, oh, besties, but I actually don't trust people that much. So I really like, I need reasons to be like, oh, you are in my circle, I like you. Typically when I open up in that way, the people that come in, it's definitely harder for them to like leave my heart, if that makes sense. You are very protective about your family. 100%. Yes, you actually care about things, although you put a great show in pretending that you don't. That is so true. I can put a wall of like, oh, it's not a big deal, or I like, if something hurts my feelings, then I'll just be like, I'll be quiet, like you can kind of tell, but I will try really hard not to let it show. So it's like I'm trying really hard not to let it show, but it's showing anyways. I'm very sensitive, so it's like if something hurts me or if something bothers me, I will try to pretend that it's not a big deal. I'll be like, oh, whatever, that's okay, whatever. Sometimes I'll even say it out loud. I'll be like, oh, I don't care, like it's not that big of a deal. But inside, like I'm like crying. You are competitive AF. So I don't know if I'm competitive AF, but I do have a competitive side, but it doesn't come up for everything, especially with things that I care about. Like I will be kind of competitive. Leadership is your thing. I honestly don't care to be a leader. It actually makes me more uncomfortable than anything else. Like I'm not like, yes, follow me guys. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do my thing and like you can do your thing. If you want to kind of do what I'm doing, then that's fine, but like I'm just improvising here. I don't know. Yeah, so leadership makes me a bit uncomfortable. Behind your moody facade lies a very caring individual. Why is moodiness an automatic stereotype for Slytherins? I don't actually think that I'm that moody. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I can be in really sour moods, but I'm actually not that moody of a person, like naturally. You have been told that you're intense and intimidating. I actually don't get that as often. I'm sure you guys probably would assume that I don't, but I have gotten that a few times by men, which is interesting. Once, actually, when I was in film school, one of my last day for I think it was a voice class, we all sat in a circle and every person one by one would say something something about like each person in the circle, whether it was something good or something maybe more negative or something like that. But my class, like it was a small class, like at that time. My class had a bunch of really great people, so I knew that it wasn't going to be a big drama fest or anything like that. But this one guy, which I thought was like, I didn't really think anything, like I didn't mind him. I thought he was nice. Like we weren't friends, but we weren't enemies or anything. He was just there. When he was going around telling people things, and then he got to me and he was like, oh, like he was saying such nice things about everyone. He got to me and then he basically said like that I make him uncomfortable, that and I'm like, me? Like what? Said I make him uncomfortable, and I can't remember, it was so long ago, but it was really hard for him to like be himself around me or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he basically said that I scared him. 19-year-old me was the least scary version of myself, and I really didn't know why he thought. I was so surprised because I thought he was like, oh, I thought he was gonna go down the line and say like, oh, I think you're so great and all that stuff, like a generic something. And then he like pulls out this, yeah, you're scary. I was just like, oh. But I have to be honest, whenever people tell me that they think I'm intimidating or that I scare them a little bit, I love it. You take your responsibilities very seriously. Okay, massive check mark for that, because I am so serious when it comes to the things that I have to get done. I don't like, you know, dilly-dallying, messing around. Like I am very much like I have to get this done, and I'm very serious about getting it done. Or if I don't get it done, then something bad is gonna happen. Even though nothing bad is going to happen, obviously, but or nothing that bad is going to happen. But yeah, I take my responsibilities very seriously. You hold a grudge better than any other people you know. I mean, I definitely can hold a grudge. I don't know if I hold a grudge better than my mom does. Should I say that? Sometimes some grudges need to be held. And you just love when people take you for granted because you use that as fuel. Yes. Sometimes you are told to stop being judgmental. I don't know if other people tell me to stop being judgmental, but I definitely tell myself not to be so judgmental. But you are still very proud to be a Slytherin. Most definitely. That is it for my Slytherin checklist. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section how many check marks you put down on your Slytherin checklist. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've spoken anything about Slytherin, so I really just needed to get my Slytherin content out because I was really missing doing these types of videos. Don't forget to check out all my links down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Much love, guys. Bye.